In July of 1947, the United States military made an announcement. They said they had recovered a flying disc from a ranch into the New Mexico desert. It was printed in the newspaper. Official. On the record. 24 hours later, they took it back. It was just a weather balloon, they said. Nothing more. The debris was flown away. The field cleared overnight. And for the next 30 years, no one spoke of it. This is Case File 004, the Roswell Incident. To understand Roswell, you have to understand the summer it happened. It was 1947. The war was over, but a new fear had taken its place. The Cold War was beginning, and the skies had become something to watch. Just weeks earlier, a pilot named Kenneth Arnold reported 9 shining objects. Moving over Mount Rainier faster than any aircraft of the time. The newspapers called them flying saucers. The term was born that summer. The country was primed to look up. And in the desert outside Roswell, a rancher was about to find something. His name was Mac Brezel. He managed a remote stretch of land. Miles from anywhere, one morning, after a night of heavy thunderstorms, he rode out to check his sheep like every other day. Scattered across the pasture was debris, a wide field of it. Strange material he had never seen before, and he had worked that land for years. He gathered some of it and showed it to his neighbors. Eventually, he drove into town to report it to the sheriff. The sheriff called the local airbase. And that is where this story truly begins to turn. The base was Roswell Army Airfield. At the time, home to the only nuclear-armed bomber group in the world. These were not careless people. They handled the most sensitive weapons on Earth. They sent an intelligence officer named Major Jesse Marcel to investigate. Marcel described the material the same way Brezel did. Foil-like sheets, so thin they seemed weightless. That, when crumpled, unfolded themselves back to shape, without a crease. Beams light as balsa wood, but impossible to bend or burn. He would later say, decades afterward, in his own words, that the material was, in his opinion, not of this Earth. On July 8th, the base did something almost unheard of. It issued a press release stating they had recovered a flying disc. The story went out on the wires. Within hours, it was everywhere. And then, just as fast, it was gone. The next day, a general stood before the press with torn foil and announced it had all been a mistake, a weather balloon. The debris was crated, loaded onto aircraft, and flown out of state. Some accounts, never verified, spoke of more than debris. Of bodies, recovered from a second site, claims made decades later. No physical proof was ever produced. The story went silent for 30 years. Based on the accounts of those who were there, this is what the desert may have looked like that night. Soldiers arriving in the dark, lights, trucks. A perimeter drawn around the silence. By morning, there was nothing left to see. No debris, no craft, no answer. Only a cleared field, and a story that would not stay buried. The government does have an explanation. In fact, it has two. In 1994, after decades of pressure, the Air Force released a report. The debris, they said, did not come from a weather balloon at all. That story had itself been a cover for something real. Project Mogul, a classified program of high-altitude balloon trains, carrying sensors designed to detect Soviet nuclear tests. The materials were experimental: special foils, lightweight beams, reflective tape. Exactly the kind of debris a rancher might not recognize. And the bodies? A second report in 1997 offered an answer too. Crash test dummies, figures dropped from high-altitude experiments. Witnesses, the report suggested, had blurred the years together in memory. It is a reasonable explanation, supported by declassified documents. And for many, it closes the case, but not for everyone. Because if it was only a weather balloon, or even a secret one, why fly the debris out of state? Why the decades of silence? And why did the military itself write the words, "flying disc"? Before anyone told them not to. These are the questions that keep Roswell alive. We are not here to tell you what landed in that desert. We are here to show you what was said, what was found, and what was taken away. Unit 013 lists this case as unresolved. Next time, we open a file from a place the government spent decades refusing to admit even existed. Case File 005, Area 51. Unit 013 neither confirms nor denies.